What up? I got Naskin here with me. This ain't a diss song, but yeah, you know what it is. I'm a cheesehead, y'all niggas cheese whiz. Pittsburgh Steelers, that's nothing. That Super Bowl ring, that's nothing. Pull up in your town when you see me.
A big game in Big D. Packers Cowboys. It's time for final thoughts. All right, Weston, what's at stake?
For the Green Bay Packers, their undefeated record at AT&T Stadium.
There you go.
3 victories, 3 big victories against the Cowboys, and obviously the biggest of all, it's Super Bowl 45 over the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's been a safe haven the last few years for the Packers, so going back in there, you have to imagine there'll be some familiarity for a lot of the veteran players trying to get out of there once again with another W.
All right, and I say what's at stake is really for both of these teams, it's about avoiding a losing streak. The Packers and the Cowboys both started the season 3-0. They both lost in prime time in week 4 to drop to 3-1. It's going to feel really different whether you're 4-1 versus 3-2, but more importantly, one of these teams is going to be on a 2-game losing streak. The Packers don't want to be that team. Who's your guy and why, Wes?
Mike, I'm going to go with Zadarius Smith.
Big Z.
Packers' big pass rusher,
Yeah.
and he's going to potentially be going up against a backup here in Cameron Fleming. Tyron Smith last week having the high ankle sprain. Jerry Jones saying he probably won't be playing in this game, so that could really put the spotlight on Smith. I know last week he fought through a lot. He mentioned, the doctors didn't really want him to play in that game, but he still felt like he needed to be out there. He still ended up playing 66 snaps. Feels better this week heading into this matchup against Dallas, and really could be in for a big opportunity going up against a backup left tackle.
Okay, my guy in this game is Aaron Jones at running back for the Packers, and I say that for a few different reasons. At the time we're taping this, we don't know the final status of Devontae Adams, of Jamal Williams for this game against the Cowboys. The Packers need to get their running game going because that's what's going to create the play action. I like to call play action passing the equal opportunity way to throw the ball. You don't necessarily need a whole bunch of Pro Bowl receivers to succeed in play action, but to succeed with play action, you have to run the ball, and that starts with number 33. Wes, I'm going to throw you a little curveball here on this Packers win if, because I like to talk a lot about crunch time, down the stretch, fourth quarter. We've certainly seen a lot of drama at AT&T Stadium late in games between the Cowboys and Packers, but it feels to me like this game might actually come down to the third quarter, and the reason I say that, the Packers have scored most of their points this year in the first half. The Dallas Cowboys have scored most of theirs in the third quarter, and Dak Prescott hasn't even thrown an incomplete pass in the third quarter. He's perfect. That's when the Cowboys are at their best. That's when the Packers have to take them out of their game.
Yep, and Mike, my big victory here for the Packers is if they can contain Zeke Elliott. I mean, he is the type of player that you talk about Prescott in the play action game and everything being predicated on that. Elliott is the starting point. And the thing about that performance that the New Orleans had against him last week is it wasn't that they sold out for the run. They just gang tackled really well. They finished, and they didn't allow him to seep into the second level. Green Bay's coming off a tough loss last week to Philadelphia, where I know that run defense wanted a better performance. What better way to make a statement now going forward than being able to not necessarily stop completely, because it's difficult to do, but at least contain Elliott's production?
Yeah, that will definitely be something to watch in this one, but we will sign off on this edition of Final Thoughts. Be sure to follow all of our coverage of Sunday's big game on Packers.com and on all of your social media channels. Thanks for watching, everybody. Enjoy the ball game.